Hey there, how's it going? Not so good? I know, nobody likes online classes. I hate them too. But what can we do? Let's see what today's story is about. A group from the Ziphite clan came to Saul. We have good information that David is hiding on the hill of Keilah. And you know that Saul is looking for David to kill him, right? We must move now. He's trapped. Muster 3,000 of my best men. This time he has slipped the noose around his neck. Yep. So they think that David for sure will be caught this time. Camp is broken and the men are ready to move. The desert will be a hard place for Saul and his men to track us down. Send out scouts and I will move with the men. We have word Saul and 3,000 of his best troops camp beside the road on the way to Hakeilah. Send Achimelech the Hittite and Joab's brother Abishai to me. There is no way we can attack. Who will go with me, says David. So that's Saul's camp over there with his soldiers all around it. And David wants to go inside and take a look at Saul. I will, says one of his men. Let's go. And so slowly they crawl through the encampment to get to Saul. God has surely delivered your enemy into your hands. I will pin him to the ground with one thrust of my spear. No, says David. Who can lay a hand on the Lord's anointed and not be guilty? Follow me. So there he is, Saul, sleeping, and all of his men are sleeping too. And David's man says, let's kill him. It's easy. And David says, no, he's God anointed. We cannot just do that. We cannot kill him. So he comes and instead of killing him, takes some of his things, his spear and the jar. No one knew when they came in or when they left because God had put all of them, even the guards, into a deep sleep. Abner, aren't you going to answer me? Calls David loudly to the people inside the camp. Who is that? I know who it is. They recognize David's voice. They all woke up suddenly when David called. Who is it that calls to the king? You deserve to die because you did not guard your master, the Lord's anointed. Where are the king's spear and water jug that were by his head? He says. You deserve to die because you didn't protect him. Anybody could have come and killed him. Is that your voice, David, my son? Says Saul. Yes, my king. Why are you pursuing me and what am I guilty of? If the Lord has incited you, then may he accept an offering. If men have incited you, may they be cursed, says David. Because you considered my life as precious today, I will not hunt you again. I have been a fool, says Saul, and sinned greatly. Here is the king's spear. Let one of your young men come over and get it. The Lord rewards every man for his righteousness and faithfulness. As I have valued your life today, so may the Lord value my life and deliver me from all trouble. That's all from the comic book. Let's take a look. While the king slept, I'll read it again. Please be patient, okay? Some men came to Saul and told him that David was hiding in the desert. So Saul went out with 3,000 of his best soldiers to track David down. David and the men with him were hiding in a cave. That night, David asked one of his men to go with him to Saul's camp. So David and Abishai crept into the camp where Saul and his soldiers were sleeping. Abishai said to David, God has put the enemy in your power. Let me kill him. But David said, no, God has made him king. It is not right for us to take his life, but let's take his water jug and his spear and get out of here. They left the camp without waking a single soldier. Then David crossed to the other side of the valley and shouted to Saul's commander, Abner, aren't you the greatest man in Israel? Why did you not protect your master, the king? Look around you. Where is the king's shield and where is his water jug? Oh, it was shield over here, but it was a spear in the comic book. When Saul heard that it was David, he was ashamed of what he was doing. I have done wrong, he said. I will never harm you again because you have spared my life. So David went on his way and Saul returned home. Question for us is, should I respect ungodly leaders? Like we have leaders, we have the president of the country and many people, actually the majority of people do not respect him. Should we respect the president even though everybody else disrespects him? Imagine if there were no traffic officers to stop people who ignore the rules of the road. Or imagine if there weren't any rules at all. People would drive on the wrong side of the road and race through intersections, not caring for the safety of others. If a traffic officer does not believe in God, it does not give us the right to disobey or ignore him. Similarly, our parents, teachers, and everyone else who keeps order in our country should be obeyed and respected, whether they believe in God or not. Yes, God says we should respect and obey the leaders, even if they are ungodly, our parents, teachers, and everybody else, because they keep order of the country. We have to pray for our leaders too. That's the most important thing. We have to pray for our leaders. Obey your leaders and submit to their authority, Hebrews 13:17 says. I know it's difficult sometimes, especially when the leaders are foolish, right? That ruin the country. How can we respect them and obey them? It's difficult, but God says pray for them and listen to them and just, well, in the first place, we should have prayed before choosing a leader, right? Yeah. Anyway, I hope you become a great leader in the future, the one who would bless people and not curse people, not make people's life difficult, but would help people in every possible way. That's the kind of a leader you should become. And then many people would love you and listen to you and obey you and pray for you too. Let's do that. Let's become great leaders. Bless you. Bye.